gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast.
Fortnite and Power Rangers, bro. And the Megazord comes out, does its finish, and poses, dude. I'm hype. I'm all in.
Sancho's been geeking out here for the last couple minutes before the show that the Power Rangers are now in Fortnite. But you are a serious adult that's here to listen to serious wrestling conversations. None of these childish shenanigans of Megazord in Fortnite. Nobody cares, Sancho. Nobody cares that Megazord, the Hulk Hogan of Power Rangers.
Don't do that to the Megazord.
He's got a pose. He just comes in, does a leg drop, and then leaves. That's Megazord, basically.
And every time the Power Rangers are in trouble, dude, the Megazord is there to save the day, dude. It was always sick. You know what my favorite the Power Rangers episode is? When the Green Ranger went into the head of the Megazord and just destroyed all the Power Rangers. Oh. Dang. Hey, what a heel turn. And then the face turn for the Green Ranger to go to White Ranger. That was hype too.
Yeah. All right. That's
shout out to Tommy.
Yeah. Shout out to Tommy. All right. Well, folks, welcome to the Wrestling is Cool podcast. I promise it is a wrestling podcast, not a Fortnite X Power Rangers collab podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Santi. That's Sancho. Brother, I feel like we've had like a year's worth of wrestling in like 2 days. So much has happened. There's so much to go over. First and foremost, as a wrestling fan that's watched an infinite amount of hours of wrestling over this weekend, Sancho, how are you feeling? How is the SummerSlam hangover treating you?
I feel it's exciting because I feel that this is actually building to more programs that are actually have longevity to it. I feel that Mania was the downbeat of the ending note that was so sour that it felt like we were so defeated coming out of that. We were so disappointed is the word, but SummerSlam, it feels like a lot of hope, man, in terms of the storylines and things of that sort. I know we're going to get to all the other stuff like Brock Lesnar and things of that soon, but I feel that in terms of every character going forward, I feel like there's something for them to do. I still have some questions about some of them, like Tiffany Stratton, Karrion Cross, of course, and now LA Knight. But overall, I felt as a PLE, I still believe that we could have got where we are now in one mega night of SummerSlam. Am I wrong? One mega 8-9 match card. We could have had everything. Like you could have moved a couple of things off the PLE, and I still think it would have hit with a harder thing. But it's just clear as day is the WWE Santi loves the double dip. Ooh, a little double dip.
You know what though? I feel like this wouldn't have worked as one night because you had two major exclamation points ending each night, and like which one goes first? You can't have the ruse of the century open the night. You can't have Lesnar returning open the night. Those are both night finishers. So I think in that regard, with how they ended the shows, I think it warranted having two nights. I'm here for 2 night SummerSlams from here on out. Whatever. Like I've accepted it. I will say I'm kind of with you. It does feel like a nice rejuvenation to wrestling TV. It felt like we were getting to like that stagnant point. And this really felt like we were getting a jolt of energy, like getting stabbed with an adrenaline needle right in the thigh. Like, wake up until the end of the year. But the fall is always the like lowest point of the year. And we're going into.
You said that last year.
What's that?
Remember? You said that last year, and then last year it just kept on going.
What happened last year? I thought it was bad, wasn't it?
Talking about the momentum kept on going, though. I mean, we kept on going. Our momentum was
great, yes, but like I didn't think programming got that good because we had those weird lulls of like Crown Jewel. And we went through like 2 PLE cycles of like no world championship matches, right? Because it was like Crown Jewel and then Survivor Series War Games. It was just this like really weirdly paced fall. And I think we're in for another one because there's 7 weeks right now between Crown Jewel and Survivor Series War Games. I hope they find something to put in there, maybe like a Bad Blood or Fastlane or something. We'll see though. We shall see because the fall is always the lowest time of the year for professional wrestling and for content creation in general. A lot of people drop off, not even just because of the quality of the programming. Like let's say even the quality stays just as good, but a little thing called football starts. And it takes a lot of eyeballs away from WWE, especially on those Monday nights.
Yeah. You're really excited for the Chargers this season there, aren't you, pal?
I am, man. We're looking good. We got a great new running back. By the way, I'll have you know, there's a very good chance I'll be going to Philly to watch Philly Cowboys, and I promise you, Sancho, I'm gonna wear a Philly shirt and root against your bum ass team.
Why would you go there? What are you needed for?
Sponsorship potentially.
Ah, boo! Yeah. Look at you, corporate Santi.
Corporate Santi. I'm gonna fly, Eagles fly. You're a bum ass Cowboys, but folks, welcome to the.
You know what? Can we make a deal?
Okay, what's the deal? What's the deal?
If my Sancho West Wrestling channel gets 100K subscribers by Mania, you're gonna put me in the thumbnail, baby. Come on, baby. 100K by Mania. Come on, dude.
All right,
come on.
You hear that? Are you chanting? We want Brock in the thumbnail? Is that what the people are chanting?
No, that's not what they want.
We
want Sancho. We want Sancho.
You got him. You got him. You got Brock. You got Brock in the thumbnail. You got him. Dude, how tone deaf is that? We're going to come back full circle. We're going to talk about everything. But I think first, welcome to the Wrestling is Cool podcast, coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. You could be getting this podcast 3 days earlier than everywhere else on the planet over on patreon.com/SantiZap. And we have like a record number of new patrons. So if you're a patron, you now get this on Tuesdays as opposed to having to wait on Friday. But then you also get the Raw reviews, the SmackDown reviews, all with footage so you can see exactly what we're talking about. And a whole host of different watch-alongs that you guys get to vote for on a weekly basis. The John Cena in review, the Ryback in review, all of that is included for just the lowest tier membership. Nothing is gatekeep from different memberships. Just come in, pay the cheapest, lowest tier, and get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of content on the Patreon. We want Cross. Sancho, how tone deaf was that, man? We have, after the show, the crowd is chanting "We want Cross" at MetLife Stadium during the press conference, and Triple H is there, and he turns around, he's like, yeah, we want Brock, right? Yeah, you got him. My goodness, man, what a terrible response.
Sound the same.
I know.
Cross Brock doesn't sound the same. It just shows me that it's clear as day that Karrion Cross was not supposed to be a part of the plan. He was in kind of like a blimp in the multiverse that it was like a virus.
Ron Killings.
Yes. It was not supposed to be part of the plan. And because it wasn't part of the plan, it was part of our plan, which, again, he's supposed to feel the pulse of the WWE. Again, there's a lot of hypocritical speaking from the WWE. You have WWE Unreal that's like, oh yeah, we listen to the pulse of the fans, the crowd reaction. And then you have Triple H saying it's not about the internet, it's about what the crowd says. And then the crowd is now telling you right in your face that they want Cross, and he just dismisses it. And it's a bummer because I feel for Karrion Cross the most. Karrion Cross has really gotten a surge of activity on the internet as well. He's also embraced the fans as well. So to see him react to that on his IG stories and feel that, I don't know, man, it doesn't feel like it's a work from him, or he's just playing this character that he feels bummed out. At the end of that match, Santi, it felt like he was out, dude.
Yeah,
it felt like he was gone.
It did. To me, man, I think it's worse than what you're saying. I don't even think it's dismissing. It is taking a dude's thunder that he created on his own, stealing it from him, and giving it to Brock Lesnar. Like I think that is such an uncool thing to do. First of all, already mega controversial to bring back Brock Lesnar. We'll talk about that here later in the show, but they clearly were not chanting that. And like, read maybe like the temperature in the room. Like, there's already a good chunk of the fan base that's already really uneasy about Brock Lesnar being back. So to gaslight the fans into like, hey, yeah, you guys are chanting for Brock Lesnar, right? No, man, like, it's just ignore it. Ignore it at that point if you're not going to allow Karrion Cross to get his flowers from the fans that he cultivated to the point that they're out there post-show chanting his name. They're stealing his thunder. They're retconning him, it feels like. It feels like they're trying to erase him from the history books, the record books. He was never here. Karrion Cross, who? These are not the superstars you're looking for. Using some Jedi mind trick. Obi-Wan
And to make it,
Obi-Wan Kenobi, more like a Obi-Wan Jablomi, Triple H. How about that?
you got him there. You
Got him good.
Oh, you got him. It feels that Karrion Cross, that whole thing was supposed to be, hey, you're wrong, I'm right type of thing for Sami Zayn. And then when Sami Zayn just literally stood over him and goes, you're done.
You got clowned. You got punked. You got punked.
Yes. Yes. It's just a travesty. Now, the biggest thing though is the question mark I have is that if he does leave the WWE, which reports are that possibly he has not re-signed and things of that sort, and he wasn't even there at Monday Night Raw. We don't read the dirt sheets, but these are things that pop up in the timeline when you're a big Karrion Cross fan. Santi, if he goes somewhere else and you are like a we want Cross guy and you don't follow him, you don't support him, you don't retweet him anymore, you don't react to his stuff, then shame on you. Shame on you. If you got to want to pop your boy up, you got to pop your boy up because most likely he's going to want to come back to WWE. I don't know, though, after this, Santi. Do you think he wants to come back after the way he's been treated?
I mean,
he said ultimately he wants to be a WWE guy.
Yeah. There's different ways to be WWE guys nowadays, though, right? Like there's NXT, there's AAA, there's working with TNA now. So there are things to do to get out there and be active and still be a WWE superstar and make a name for yourself within the WWE system still. I would love for him to stay within the WWE umbrella. I know a lot of people are like, he should go to AEW. He'll be a megastar there. Will he? That is not the type of guy that Tony Khan books to the top. It's just not. It's not. That's not a Tony Khan style of professional wrestler. I don't see Karrion Cross getting pushed to the moon. TNA. Yeah, that's a TNA type of guy. I absolutely see that. Like Karrion Cross's style is WWE. It is. It's just that they don't want to use him.
It's hard to be Karrion Cross in AEW when you have Jon Moxley putting bags over people's heads. Like, how are you going to top that as Karrion Cross? Because he's supposed to be that menacing figure in WWE, right? Yeah. He's supposed to be scary. He's supposed to be in your head. But then when you have that guy living in AEW, it's like, wait a minute. You mean there's a guy who's running around with a spike bat as well as a cope, and then you have another guy running around putting bags on people's head? What are you going to do, Karrion Cross? Walk out with a lead pipe?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you got to figure out, but I still believe there's a good Karrion Cross. GCW Karrion Cross is what I hold on to the most. It's just a tough situation to be in because I don't know, man. When I left that SummerSlam, I felt like that was a character that was put to rest, Santi.
Yeah, that was the creator of SummerSlam for me. And Sancho, what a missed opportunity. Can I tell you like my thought process of what I thought they were going to do? Listen, a lot of people were like, hey, Karrion is just there as a figurehead to turn Sami Zayn heel. As I was watching that SummerSlam match, I'm like, oh, that's not it. Sami Zayn's ultimate goal is to win the World Heavyweight Championship, but has continued to fail time after time after time. And what has been a note that we've been seeing from Cody Rhodes? The not to hesitate. He won't hesitate. I thought this was going to be Sami's won't hesitate moment. And that at the end, it isn't he turned heel. It's like, no, Karrion unlocked the ability to reach the next level for Sami to actually become a world heavyweight champion. By unleashing the not the perfectly good guy, Sami can now evolve himself to somebody that can actually pull the trigger and become a world heavyweight champion. Not even necessarily by doing the evil thing, but by doing the necessary thing. Something that he hasn't been able to do up until now. Karrion gets to stand tall and laugh maniacally even in a loss because he was able to bring this out of Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn can continue to be a top babyface, but is now like unlocked. He has now reached max potential because now he has unleashed a viciousness that allows him to become world heavyweight champion. I thought that was the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds here, but instead they went with the most cookie cutter, lame Monday Night Raw ass finish imaginable. This was a feud that if it didn't happen, Sancho, nothing changes. And that's the worst type of feud. It basically didn't exist. So frustrating.
I told you when they fed him Sami Zayn, I was like, at least he'll be on TV, but it's still against Sami Zayn, Mr. Plot Armor, Mr. I'm Superboy out there, and I'm going to do good. And then when it happened, Santi, what was your reaction when you saw him on Monday Night Raw with his little face like this?
Oh, man. Boo. Boo. That's my
and
reaction.
Then now they're going to stick him into Rusev and Sheamus? Because they bumped into him while they were fighting, like Peter Griffin and the chicken again. Come on, make it make sense, Santi. Make it make sense.
Well, clearly we're passionate about that because we initially had this like buried like halfway through the show, but we decided to open with it. Let's get to the stuff we actually planned on opening with because this weekend had a lot of stuff going on. I'd be remiss if we didn't start by talking about the John Cena face turn, the baby face turn that happened on SmackDown, because I feel like that we have to talk about that before we can really even dissect SummerSlam. What an abrupt way to end the heel run. Pretty much saying, didn't matter. Kind of wasted our time. I still had fun with it. I love the Randy feud. I love the Ron killing stuff. Love the back and forth with like Jey Uso whenever we would get that in the back. I like the tag match with Logan Paul. Love the CM Punk stuff. There's stuff to really like about the heel run in terms of matches. I thought that they were getting really, really good. But this really just felt like the most abrupt ending imaginable for the heel turn. And a lot of people are like, oh, this was such a lazy way of getting back to babyface John. But like, in my opinion, they didn't have a way to turn babyface John as a babyface in a natural way without the presence of The Rock and Travis Scott. Knowing that was out the window, this was their only choice. Parachute reset. Start again. You cannot rely on the unreliable here. You can't rely and wait for The Rock and Travis Scott to finally pay off the story of John Cena when we have a finite number of dates and we have like a month where we know it's ending. And if you can't get a hold of Travis Scott and The Rock to be part of this story, to tell the full circle story arc, parachute out of there. And honestly, I think it's the right call. Funny enough, I thought it was a ruse the whole time. Like, nice try, John. The smile and wave. This that's what I call the penguins of Madagascar. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. I thought that we were still going to get evil John. Even right when he came out at SummerSlam with his initial dark black and white Helvetica font entrance, and then it splashes to the colorful blue. I'm like, I'm still not buying it. But it was all real. It was all real. It was a genuine babyface turn. It really was pulling the parachute on heel John Cena. And I'm curious to get your opinions here on the abrupt ending of the heel run and the babyface turn.
I would have to say the one thing that I have to point out is that what an excellent promo from John Cena. Only John Cena can do a face turn without any action, without any save, without any moment, without any drama in the ring. Did I wish it was more of an action-based type of face turn? Absolutely. Did I wish it had the high-stakes drama? Yes. But he actually executed a perfectly done promo where the crowd was literally booing him, and then all of a sudden he got to everybody chanting with him, the champ is here and all that kind of stuff. Santi, I agree with you. I thought it was a ruse too, because he was kind of talking about this thing, how fickle fans are almost, right? 1 second you're booing me and then you were cheering me for so many years and now you're booing me. And I thought this would be a perfect case of it in action, because that crowd at SummerSlam was all about John Cena. And it was a really interesting thing because it reminds me of, the Star Wars movies. Remember when they did that one Star Wars movie that everyone hated? What was it? The Last Jedi. What was that one that they were like, what is this? Like Luke is all upset.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the final trilogy and the final two. I can't remember their acronyms.
Hold on. Let me get this real quick, because the Last Jedi. So by Ryan Johnson. He does The Last Jedi, and everyone's like, what? Luke's not this, Luke's not that. That's not my Luke Skywalker. Why would Luke Skywalker just toss the lightsaber inside? That made no sense. That was John Cena turning heel. We're like, wait a minute, John Cena turning heel? What are you doing? All of a sudden, Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect is calling out kids in Belgium, saying them they suck and they're the problem. Like, that's not my Luke Skywalker. What's going on? And then what does the WWE do? let's go back to the rise of Skywalker and bring back the greatest hits of John Cena, and that way we could just forget everything that happened. It was a wash, and it's painful to see, Santi, the backstage politics come to the forefront of the spotlight of everything, because it's clear as day. If you could put the pieces together, it's clearly that The Rock, Travis Scott, all that collapsed, and Triple H is saying, you see it didn't work, and now we have to rely back on the goodness of John Cena. And I think it was a great way to do it, and that match at SummerSlam put everything behind or washed away that bad taste of Mania, brother. Just ew. And this is what we should have got it at Mania. And I'm glad we got it here at SummerSlam. It was a 5-star match, great match. And it was like Super Cena versus Super Cody, and it played all the hits. And I was all for it. That the Sunset Flip Powerbomb, so fun.
Dude, I was hoping he'd pull out the springboard stunner and just pull out all the goofy stuff.
Did you like the smirk he did when he hit that move? He was like, I did it.
Yeah, right.
I did it botched this time.
Yeah. It was the wink at the camera that I really liked. And it's stuff that Cena can get away with. If like, I don't know, like a Kevin Owens were to do that, if Kevin were to do it too. Kevin could pull it off. I love that match as well. It was everything that I wanted out of WrestleMania 41. Yep. But you know what, Sancho? I said this in my review. This felt like an apology. Everything this weekend about John Cena and Cody Rhodes felt like an apology. We're sorry for turning him heel. Here is the baby face you know and love. We're sorry for taking the colors away. Here's the colors. We're sorry for taking away his smile. He's smiling more than ever and having a good time. We're sorry for giving you a slow-paced, boring, technical heel match. Here is a chaotic car crash that is just pop after pop after pop after pop. And we're sorry for that garbage ending by trying to involve celebrities. Here is just wrestling at its purest form, one-on-one, no interference. How refreshing was that, by the way? As somebody that you've made a video about Triple H's overcooked nature of his main event. I was expecting Fiend, if you smell friggin' Randy Orton, CM Punk, everyone coming out in this. I feel like that's what we all kind of were primed to expect out of this. But what a lovely surprise to just have these two guys just be the super top tier versions of themselves. Go at it for 40 minutes, brother. 40 freaking minutes. And it didn't feel like it dragged at all. It hit different stages at different moments perfectly. The pacing was wonderful. How cold was that moment of the elevator with the smoke and John Cena, firemen's carrying Cody Rhodes? So sick. There were so many great moments. Was it goofy even to see the inflation of our finishers? Back in my day, I could buy a carton of eggs with one attitude adjustment. Now it takes 7. It took a lot of attitude adjustments, a lot of crossroads. They were kicking out of triple crossroads, triple attitude adjustments, bookended by an avalanche attitude adjustment. We even had the rope spot from the Umaga last man standing match. Was it overkill? Yeah, but whatever, dude. It was fun. That's what matters. I had a great time, and it felt like a love letter. It felt like a love letter to the fans that were disappointed by how utterly dog water WrestleMania 41's ending was. Because I'll stand by this, man. WrestleMania 41 was not bad. You can make the argument pound for pound. It's just as good as SummerSlam. It just ended so bad. It left such a bad taste in our mouths that it's kind of stuck in that part of our brain where it makes us believe that all of WrestleMania 41 was bad when it wasn't the case.
It's all about potential, though. That main event had so much potential. And it was the first time we were going to see heel Cena. And that didn't deliver either. I love the B story as well about Cody Rhodes pulling the trigger, not being hesitant. And I will argue to the day that he is not a heel. He is not Cody Lander. He even said so himself afterwards the match that he is not Homelander. He is just a guy that was trying to do the right thing. And he already alluded to this after he won King of the Ring. He said, I beat your favorites. I beat Randy. I beat Jay. I'm here to become quarterback 1 again. And he did that. And I know we predicted John Cena to win, but of course, with the predictions, things of that sort, we're all expecting it was heel Cena. And I still believe heel Cena had a lot more gas in the tank, because there were so many interesting things that we talked about already, Santi, that we were going to explore. Like, what is heel Cena going to do when he walks away with the title at the end of the day? Like, there was so much questions I had going forward. But now that he's a face again, now he's back to Super Cena, and he was getting Super Cena chance. I don't see where else to go. And that was the question I was having when the 1, 2, 3 happened. I was like, where is he going to go? What can this face John Cena do? Is he just going to do a tour and just be happy-go-lucky, kissing babies, shaking hands, having his matches with The Miz and R-Truth and things of that sort? Which is interesting. Is R-Truth going to forgive John Cena? We need to think about that. And what do they do? Who do they call? And they called Brock Lesnar. I'm just going to make this clear as day. They don't need Brock Lesnar.
Bingo.
This roster is so stacked that Brock Lesnar's not needed. I mean, we already talked about names like Karrion Cross and LA Knight. Like, there is a slew of superstars that could benefit from being in a program for John Cena, especially a face John Cena. I mean, Braun Breaker is right there. Bronson Reed is there too. Jacob Fatu. So many names, like a Rolodex of names. And I think for me, the reaction of Brock Lesnar coming back, and I don't know about you, is more like the WWE is riding a thin line here. And I'm surprised that they pulled this card, because it was an unnecessary move. It's like a blunder. I feel like when you're playing chess, like, why would you make this move? I wonder how you can get out of this.
I'll give you this is going for a Hail Mary from your 1 yard line when you're up by 50 points. Rather just run it out of there. Just run it out of there, punt the ball, play it safe. Yeah, kneel
the ball.
Run the clock. Run the clock here. What are we doing here? Listen, I think I have to preface this because I'm a little bit biased. I'm just not a fan of Brock Lesnar. I think that there are things to like about Brock Lesnar as a performer, especially when he works with smaller guys. Like, you can go back and watch his match against like a Daniel Bryan. It's a really, really fun match. And he sells his ass off for these guys. But I'm one, and I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm going to resonate with a huge chunk of our audience base because we have a lot of viewers that were there in the 2010s. I'm like traumatized from the Brock Lesnar era in the 2010s. Vince's booking of Brock Lesnar is part of the reason why so many people have such a sour taste in their mouth of the 2010s. Brock Lesnar coming back in 2012, super hype. That was awesome. But then beyond that, it was just him perennially in the championship picture, going over guys that you would have preferred to see win, guys that were there every single week, only for him to win the belt and disappear for 4 or 5 months at a time and leave us with TV with no champion in it. It was clockwork, dude. Freaking clockwork. The Kofi Kingston thing, I haven't forgiven anybody for that. I have not. Like, I've learned to dislike Brock Lesnar as a WWE superstar for that. So when I had like that rush of like, oh God, here we go again feeling. Now, I love what you said, because this is the exact same argument I made in the review when he came back. There is no need for Brock Lesnar. This is just a demonstration of your arsenal of weapons. You already have the largest nuclear arsenal. What's one more nuclear weapon at this point in adding Brock Lesnar into the picture? You have so many names. Hell, you have such limited TV time that a bunch of the names that fans want to see don't even get to be seen. And now you're going to add somebody else that will absolutely demand TV time over many other guys that are currently there. It feels like a wealth of riches from the WWE. And I will say a risk as well. A risk in terms of PR, because Brock Lesnar is still named in the Janelle Grant suit. We can't skip over that. Now, there is a lot of discourse online about this from people who want to pretend to be lawyers and whatnot. Educate yourself before you listen to these people on Twitter, because it is a minefield of misinformation on Twitter. Read stuff for yourself. He is still in that lawsuit. There are people saying, well, like, clearly if they brought him back, it must mean he's innocent. That's not what that means. First of all, he's not even the one being sued. There's no innocent or guilty when it comes to Brock Lesnar in the court of law. He's just named in the lawsuit. What is fascinating, Sancho, is why is he now brand safe? Because they never pulled the trigger on removing Brock Lesnar because, oh, he's guilty or anything. It's because sponsors pulled out. Had sponsors not pulled out initially, they probably would have kept going with Lesnar. So what's changed now is the real question, where they now see Brock Lesnar as brand safe enough to ensure that brands don't pull out of WWE programming again. That is what I would love to see in Unreal Season 2, that they will not touch. They will absolutely not touch, because WWE knows they can't even so much as explore this topic, which is why they removed the press conference after the show for the first time in like years at this point. How convenient. How convenient.
Man, that Unreal show is not even real. It's really not. I mean, there is like some good nuggets in there of some good human emotion.
Hey, guys, come out and I need you guys to clap for Charlotte. All right, you guys got to clap for Charlotte.
There's just so many things. Like I've told people, like, dude, it's wrestling. They're gonna play you. They're gonna play you in every kind of facet that they can. But I just still hold on to the argument that Brock's not needed. Goldberg was not needed either. Clear as day. You know, Goldberg came into the picture and took the thunder away from Jey Uso, because Jey Uso had to drop the belt to Gunther to set up Gunther versus Goldberg at Saturday night's main event, because Triple H thought that match needed a title, which it really didn't either.
It didn't. Like, and Sancho, let me just add to your point. You can keep going. I'm going to be really unbiased. They don't need Brock. They didn't need Goldberg. They didn't need Cena. they didn't. This is just because it's his retirement tour and we want to see it go out this way. Yeah. But like, they don't need Cena to be successful at the moment.
No, they don't, but it's interesting what's going to be played out now. That's what I meant. Like, what's the future for John Cena? What does face John Cena have? And I feel like right now that was the end of John Cena. Like right there, if you would end the movie, that'd be it, right? The lights, the fade go down, he throws a peace sign, he was gone, right? Oh, poor John. Now we're in the epilogue. Now we're basically in the bonus story, the new game plus for John Cena, and it's going to be a last ride to kill the kaiju, to kill the big monster at the end of the day, and it's going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I don't think we get any build for this much unless they have another opponent planned. I see John Cena kind of coasting till the end here. I feel that that match he put his body through at SummerSlam was probably insane. That one barricade spot, forgot about, like, he got thrown into the barricade, a suplex.
Oh, the metal barricade too.
Yeah. The boom, the suplex into that. So you got to think that he's going to be pile driver. Yeah, that too. He's going to be gone for a while. And I do think that's just a match that maybe they're saving for that Boston match. Was it Saturday night's main event?
It's rumored. It's not confirmed, but like I think it's pretty much a lock, that December Boston Saturday night's main event.
If that's going to be Brock Lesnar and John Cena at Saturday night's main event, the 2-hour NBC show on network television, the biggest name ever in pro wrestling, John Cena, with alongside the MMA, combat sports, the most casual pro wrestler name relatable, it's Brock Lesnar. I could see that. I could see why they would want to do that as their final GPS landing. It's just more of like, to me, the idea of like, here we go. This is what they're gonna go. WWE wants to go down this path, and Triple H is already saying this is what John Cena wanted, and they're gonna figure out how to make it work. But bold is what I said. Bold and wild.
The Cena Lesnar match and apparently the report is, I guess, is so, I feel like dirt sheets nowadays are getting played like fiddles. Like, you can't trust them anymore. Report is that Cena is the one that personally requested Lesnar to be part of the retirement tour. And I have to imagine maybe Cena wants to bring back full circle the story of his worst defeat of all time. The SummerSlam 2014 ass whooping, Suplex City, where he got hit with like 75 German suplexes.
F5 right out the gate.
Yeah. So it might be that, hey, I want to get that one back. I haven't been able to. But I hope there's more to Cena's run than just Lesnar left.
Yes, we said it before. I mean, he needs to run into the Wyatt Six. I think that's a missing piece of the pie, the Wyatt Six, and R-Truth is another piece that he could kind of explore. I loved him to work with Mello. I think Mello would love the benefit from that. I think he needs to right his wrong with Austin Theory. I feel that is something that he totally destroyed Austin Theory, and I feel like Austin Theory has never recovered. And I know that's not John Cena's responsibility, but still, I think it'd be cool to have something with Austin Theory to be like, hey, you're all right, or you're doing good, to give at least Austin Theory something reverence, something, you know what I mean? Like, my bad. Even with Roman, I feel that Roman could have been another thing, because has he never beaten Roman in a one-on-one?
That's right. Has never beaten Roman in a one-on-one.
So that's why I will reiterate, they don't need Brock Lesnar. They don't need this match. There's so much better storylines going forward, because if this is a retirement tour, and they seem to go two ways, right, Santi? They got on the CM Punk Ray with like the greatest hits, or the future. And so there's the two different camps. Like, do we allow him to go down the greatest hits and play all his favorite rivalries, or do we let him build up somebody? And I know we've already talked about the debate that there's nobody that could beat him, that could survive the rub, right? It's just not possible. But after what he did with Cody, I think that's that rub. That's the passing of the torch, and everything else is just bonus. If he would have wrestled Jacob, would have wrestled Braun, hell, if he even wrestled LA Knight, all that stuff is just bonus. And that it's not future building or anything like that.
You know what we are? We're in the open world John Cena game. He's beaten the main game, and now he's just going around doing the side quests that he didn't do before the finish game.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I gotta go around and finish all the question marks. The NPC Austin Theory.
Yes, that's what he should do, dude. And then all of a sudden, randomly AA some NPC, just for fun. That's what you end up doing. The good old Red Dead Redemption. He's still looking and hunting all the pellets. You know what I mean? You gotta get all those pellets out there.
All the collectibles, he's got to do all of that, man. He's got to unlock all that is left in this game. You can't leave any question mark side quests left there, or you've only uncovered 25 of the 30 golden shovels. You got to get them all.
The WWE is like, you know what? For this DLC for John Cena, we're gonna go ahead and bring back Brock Lesnar. They're like, no,
now we have to wait for DLC Pack 2.
The same thing every year. EA Sports, why do you do this?
Listen, even though we're making the argument that like Lesnar isn't needed, it doesn't change the fact that he's a mega star and a mega draw. Like, that pop was insane. For me, again, like, where they got me is the shock and awe. Like, because I was certain Lesnar was never coming back to the WWE.
I thought it was The Rock. I thought we get The Rock.
I thought so too. Like, Rock coming out to punish John Cena for not winning,
losing,
for turning his back on the plan, for not having faith in the Force. Classic Palpatine. You don't have any faith.
But they added the B, and now we got Brock.
That was the plan B. That was plan B, it seems. Well, I don't know. Cena is scheduled for Friday after SummerSlam, so I don't know. And I'm pretty sure he's been advertised for Clash in Paris as well. Could it be Lesnar and John as early as Clash in Paris?
To get it out of the way?
Get it out of the way, move on to something else. I don't know. That's such a big match, but like a Paris crowd, that'd be crazy.
All I know is a lot of fans are shooting for the moon with John Cena. There's even people that want Edge back for his last run, and it's like, I guess if all the stars align and Cope's contract's up, and sure, like, okay,
yeah, it'd have to be like the greatest handshake deal of all time, right? For that to happen. I know people are like, well, Cope signed at this time, like a couple of years ago, his contract's up. And have you not learned from Rey Fenix? They add injury time, and Cope has spent like half his time injured in AEW. Yeah, I don't think that the Edge Copeland thing is going to happen, but yeah.
Time out. Can you just say you were wrong? Can you just say it right
about
now?
About what this time?
About Jelly Sheeto, brother. The Jelly Sheeto was there, and you wanted to take that match off the card. We talked about the card. I go, we got to keep Jelly. You're like, no, we don't got to keep Jelly.
Well, if it was a one night SummerSlam,
Nah, dog. That
No, they
jelly
delivered.
roll.
They freaking
He
delivered.
delivered.
They absolutely delivered. And you know what? Like, kudos to Jelly, man. Like, I was critical. I was never disrespectful. Like, I was like, I'm down for Jelly in WWE. My concern was always like, man, there's a lot of resources for a celebrity match. Not even Bad Bunny got this
Bad
type.
Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Johnny Knoxville didn't get this, and I stood by it. You know, I stood on business, but I'm also willing to stand on being wrong. Like the match was incredibly entertaining. Jelly Roll impressed the hell out of me. He's a viewer of the channel, I've learned.
Is he?
Yeah. Did you not see the message I sent you with the comment that he left on the YouTube channel? He said it's something along the lines of like, hey, this was during the SummerSlam Night 1 review. He left a comment, and you can see it. It's the top voted comment in the Night 1 review. He's like, watching you, or watching your opinion of me change has been all worth it, brother. Much love. Something like that. So he's kind of been keeping tabs. He's been keeping tabs like, okay, I've been winning Santi a little bit more. Because it's true. Every week I'm like, that was a good promo. Oh man, Jelly Roll with the Black Hole Slam. And then by the time that we got to SummerSlam, I was like, he won me over. That was a fun match. And I said, this is a match I highly recommend for anybody to watch. I think that's just part of the reason why wrestling fans need to be open to have their minds changed. That's something that we're really bad at in this community, where people just entrench themselves, right?
Like,
they're just
have opinions, have strong opinions, but be open to change.
And my opinion was strong, and it was critical, but I saw things develop. They changed my opinion. And I know somebody that doesn't understand how opinions and humans work will be like, you're a hypocrite now for liking Jelly Roll. No, it's called opinions can change. I used to dislike avocado, Sancho. And then I liked avocado. Does that make me an avocado hypocrite? I don't think so.
What was the dish? What changed your mind? What blew your mind? Was it just a raw avocado? Did it have a little salt, a little lime?
A little salt on the avocado, and all of a sudden, like, mind change. It's like, I've unlocked Latino Plus all of a sudden.
You enjoyed the clean protein on that? You know, you looked at the numbers. You're like, oh, clean protein.
Oh, nice healthy fats. But yeah, man, Jelly Roll absolutely changed my mind. Kudos to him, man. That was a wonderful performance. Unfortunately, he didn't pull out the shooting star press, so I won't be oiling up. That is still the deal. If he does have another match with it looks like he's going to, because celebrity must pose out the window, right?
Run back,
right? Yeah, there has to be, because I still believe celebrity must pose. So if he lost here, it's because his pose opportunity hasn't happened yet. I think we get
the pin, brother.
Yeah, I think Logan Paul Jelly Roll, definitely not in Paris. I don't think Parisians care about Jelly Roll. I think it could be Saturday night's main event. Maybe they save it for Mania. I'd be down for Logan Paul versus Jelly Roll at Mania, like genuinely down.
For me, that match turned when I saw Jelly Roll when he was going back. It felt like a fan. It felt like one of us went to the limit, who went inside the ring, who trained for this moment. Like, I love how they were setting this up. Like, he was training, and he lost all this weight, and he was there because he was a fan, and he got to this point, and he's here to wrestle, to give the respect to the business, and he was being carried out because he took that splash on the commentary table. By the way, the most perfect splash I've seen Logan Paul do. It was like literally perfect.
Did you hear him in midair? Wahoo! It was sick.
The camera it was beautiful. Everything about Logan Paul, and I said this in my review, is that Logan Paul takes a match and he kicks it up a notch. It reminds me of a Shane McMahon, where Shane McMahon, you watch a Shane McMahon match, is like, he's going to do something crazy, and he's going to kick this into a PLE level, and he does something crazy, and he does something memorable, iconic, and that's Logan Paul. And when that splash happened, I was like, oh, brother, we're in the end game now. This is Jelly is now certified, right? Jelly got up.
He's like, you should have gone for the jelly.
Yeah,
and then came back
for the jelly hole. And so he's sitting there, and when he's getting carried out, and he has that sweat and his like legit exhaustion, and he turns around and he looks back at Randy. I was like, oh man, you can't leave your boy Randy. Randy was there to help you, and Randy's getting beaten up. And then he just turns around, and ring psychology aside, him doing that, and it worked well, right? I bought in. I was like, oh my God, he's getting back up, and he sticks his hand out. I was like, hell yeah, Jelly, you get your ass back in there. Great moment, dude. And that's all I wanted. I love when wrestling gets you emotional just for a second. You know, I didn't cry like a baby, but I was like, oh, it teared up got the tears in my eyes. Like, yeah, Jelly's Cheeto, baby.
The Jelly Cheeto.
Jelly Cheeto, dude.
Listen,
I didn't hear no bell.
I hear no bell. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. All right, we got to talk about the other major thing that happened at SummerSlam, the ruse of the century, Sancho. Oh my God. That to me was the biggest moment of SummerSlam. Bigger than Brock Lesnar returning. I think Lesnar returning is the number 2, because Lesnar returning is something that will impact us in the short term and minimally, because he will only show up a couple of times. The Seth Rollins ruse of the century is something that will impact us for a long time, week in, week out. But not only does it impact us from a storyline perspective moving forward here with Seth Rollins now as World Heavyweight Champion, but whether for the good or the bad, Sancho, they changed the rules of the game. They changed the rules of the game when it comes to injuries. Completely turned them upside down. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. An injury that felt so real, that was sold as real as it was, with visiting surgeons going to Alabama, footage of him and Becky Lynch out with their daughter with him in crutches, fan footage from far away filming him in crutches. They played us incredibly well. Every dirt sheet played like a beautiful, masterful organ played by a wonderful musician, because all of them were told that Seth Rollins is backstage, but he's on crutches, that he's walking on crutches. This is a legit injury. Everyone from head to toe in this industry, fans, got played by Seth Rollins. And I say, for the good or for the bad, this has changed their expectations of how to treat injuries, because now I could legitimately see a man's leg fall off, and I'd be like, there's a work. They're going to reattach his leg, and then he's going to cash in his Money in the Bank. Right? That's what's happening now with how we've been worked here, which again, for the better or for the worse, but in the moment, this was incredible. In the delivery of it, with CM Punk beating Gunther, the music hits for Seth Rollins. He's up in the ramp, and we just think he's there to pose to end the show. Just remember, I have this. Enjoy it while you
commentary
can.
Added to that too.
And I'm like, this makes sense. I'm like, this is a fun way to end the show, you know?
Yeah.
And then, dude, the movie villain reveal. Oh my God, the dropping of the crutches. Did you see that in the review?
I did.
Yeah. So for those that don't listen, that are on the Patreon, I put the music of Saw, when every time like there's like a major reveal, to Seth Rollins's reveal, and it worked perfectly, because it was a Saw-like movie villain reveal with that I've been fine all along. The slow removal of the brace, and then the light jog to the ring, and people are like, well, CM Punk's dumb. Why didn't he run away? Wouldn't you be kind of dumbfounded? Wouldn't you be like, what the hell just happened? Maybe a little bit frozen in fear? Or you hate this guy so much that like, I'm staying in here and I'm going to beat the crap out of him. So I think it worked for me that Punk didn't run away, although I was yelling, run, you fool. What a moment, man. That cash-in was incredible. I think it's my favorite cash-in of all time. I think it's my favorite cash-in of all time. Because of the external factors of how we got played as fans. But the other thing where this cash-in stands out, Sancho, is the fact that this is a storyline cash-in. More often than not, cash-ins are resets, right? Like Naomi cashing in on Io and Rhea, she has no storyline there. It's just a reset and a start of a story. Almost all of them are that way. This was a climax point in a story that was delivered with a Money in the Bank briefcase, which that is a rarity. And I thought it was executed brilliantly.
You know what else was executed brilliantly is that there was not that many cash-ins, attempts, or show-ups. There was a little at the beginning, but then when he got hurt, he disappeared. And then who carried the briefcase to let us know that it's
the Oracle.
Paul Heyman. But that's all we've been saying this for the longest time. Like with the cash in, with the Money in the Bank, you don't have to remind us every time that this person could attack at any moment. Instead, they just had Paul Heyman carried around and being an ominous threat that it's here and it's still existing and it's still in the Visions faction. I named it. Remember that?
Yeah,
remember that, Santi. It was me. It was always me, Santi, that was able to do that. I love the reveal, too. I said it was like Willy Wonka, and someone posted that as well, that it was like a Willy Wonka type of reveal. And at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing is like kayfabe is still alive when played correctly. I know there's a lot of people out there, the old heads are like, oh, you can't fake injuries like that because then you can't never play fake injuries to the boys. We're in the era where you got to keep us guessing, and they can keep us guessing by any means necessary. Fine. When Becky Lynch was in the back and the gorilla was like, I told you, you think I played all of you too. And there's the Unreal cameras there. So definitely this would be a part of Unreal. And I'm excited to see how it all kind of played out and how they played this. And I just like the idea that they're willing to try new things to deceive a modern day fan that's 24/7 locked in online, who if you see if Seth went out jogging for a second to go grab a cup of coffee, someone would have posted it somewhere on the internet. So it was really cool that they were able to play it up. Did you hear the story that he told his daughter, the rumor is he told his daughter not to tell anybody, and then the daughter told the preschool teacher?
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Keep kayfabe alive, baby Seth. But I absolutely enjoyed Seth Rollins, and it's so right to see Seth Rollins with that heavyweight title again. It's his title. That's his title. He's the best one that's ever carried that heavyweight title. You look at all the list of the names afterwards, nothing has come close to Seth Rollins, and I'm going to enjoy Seth Rollins as champion because he's no longer Super Rollins, right? He's not this BS face who could survive everything, that has a back injury and Nakamura could beat him up to, and he still survives. We don't have to deal with that anymore. Now it's heel Seth Rollins alongside with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And what pains me, Santi, what hurts my heart more than anything is that they give this man LA Knight, and LA Knight comes out to a big pop to challenge Seth Rollins. I'm like, here we go. Please, for the love of God, Triple H, just make LA Knight a heel. Make him join Seth Rollins' faction. Give me something else to believe in, because you putting LA Knight in this main event picture, and then all of a sudden, guess who shows up to interfere in the match? CM Punk. Oh, great. Now LA Knight has to deal with CM Punk coming in and taking the spotlight. And no, you know what? Triple H is not done yet. He's going to go ahead and double glaze that and put Roman Reigns in the picture. Oh, now all of a sudden LA Knight goes from number 2 in the feud down to number 3 in the feud. And you're thinking, oh, this is great for LA Knight. He's back in the main event. Nah, we've been here before. I played these games before, Santi. LA Knight, yes, great. Thank you so much for serving. Hey, Triple H, in the middle of the night at midnight, you're up, LA Knight? I kind of need you, brother, to come on over and help me out, carry the rest of the program. Because you know what? Our big names are not available. But now that they're here, you could go ahead and go down back to the bench, brother. Because that's all you are, LA Knight. A filler. A filler. And guess what, Santi? Ride or die, he is still my boy, because that's what fans do. That's what we do for our boys. I love LA Knight no matter what.
Man.
But it sucks.
When it happened, when I saw like bang, bang, bigger stars than LA Knight come out, I'm like, dude, it's same story, different night. Or as LA Knight would say, we can do this at any time, any place. Wait, no, any place, any time. During his promo, classic little LA Knight blunder. I'm sorry, man. It's over. It's over for you. Like the Glaze Factory is not even a Spirit Halloween. Like I think at this point it's a crater to build some new affordable housing condos at this point, because Karrion Cross is done. LA Knight is right back down to third fiddle. He might get like a triple threat match, but he ain't winning that. Like it's all about the long-term picture. And
really?
LA Knight isn't in it. Like the long term.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. and LA Knight isn't in it. Like I look at the long-term picture and I'm like, well, I think long-term CM Punk versus Seth Rollins is just the bigger match, and that's going to play out. And then beyond that, going into Mania, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, that's probably going to play out. Maybe somewhere down the line, it's CM Punk, LA Knight, potentially. But I just don't see it, man. I'm sorry. And I got really excited when LA Knight's music hit. And because I said, I'm like, okay, good. They're being logical. He's coming out and saying, I beat you. I don't care that you faked an injury. I beat you. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
And when did your excitement die? When Mr. Adam Pearce came out and said, why not we do it tonight? I'm like, great. No more Clash. We could have had you at Clash. LA Knight versus Seth. We could have built up the program a little bit more for LA Knight to go, I love you. And that's like, we could have had that. But instead, you know what? Let's just blow it off now.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to get it out of the way, dude. It might be Seth Punk, LA Knight at Clash, but
for LA Knight to take the pin? Okay.
Yeah, literally. It would be for LA Knight to take the pin. You're 100% right. But like what?
For LA Knight to do all the work, hit the BFT, and someone going to throw him out of the ring and pin? Is that what's going to happen? That's what happened. CM Punk, LA Knight, boom, boom, boom. Here comes, go to sleep. CM Punk got to LA Knight. Ooh, LA Knight reverses. Bam, BFT up. Here comes Seth, chunking LA Knight out of the ring. Oh, Seth pins CM Punk. Oh, Seth Rollins wins. Oh, guess what? We're going to have LA Knight versus CM Punk. Yay. Oh, CM Punk is going to beat LA Knight. Oh, butter. Just put LA Knight in the IC title, all right? Dom versus LA Knight. Please. Anything. I'll take anything. No matter what. Still my boy. I'll ride or die. That's my boy. You understand?
That is your boy.
This is someone that you ride or died with back in the day?
Yeah, except my guy became a multi-time legend, John Cena, and yours is
easy pick. Easy pick.
I picked him before that. No.
You picked him when he was a prototype?
I picked him during Dr. Thugonomics, not Prototype.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Okay, that's fair. That's
early.
That's pretty fair.
That's pretty early.
That's pretty early shares. You probably paid like what, $30 a share, $10 a share.
But yeah, now they're 400 a share. You know, I capitalize. I sold though. I sold.
I was a fan of LA Knight when he was not Eli Drake, and he wasn't in NXT, not even NXT LA Knight. Well, a little bit of NXT, but when he did something with Max Dupree, I was like, okay,
you bought at the lowest point of the shares. You're like, oh, this is terrible. Great time to buy.
Great time to buy. And then when Triple H took over and then was bringing back his old NXT gimmicks that worked really well, and then back to LA Knight, wunderbar. But now I don't know, stocks are low, dude. But I got diamond hands, baby. Diamond hands. We're not leaving this table. This table got really ice cold, but I'm going to wait till it gets hot, baby.
Do you want to?
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving, Santi.
I'm not leaving. Do you want to do a quick rundown of SummerSlam? Just kind of quickly go match by match, so we don't miss anything.
If you want more in depth, Santi made a review.
Both an hour long.
Both hour long, and Patreon has all the footage as well. Mm-hmm. You can check it out. Actually, Santi made night one twice. That's how much he cares about you.
That's such bullshit that happened.
I had twice.
I had to do it twice. For those that don't know, I tend to live stream the big reviews on Patreon, and then there's supposed to be like a video that's left for people to watch, and that we can publish, but it didn't publish. So then I just lost it. So then I had to live stream it. I live streamed it for an hour, and then I had to make another one the morning after so that the patrons that didn't watch the live stream could have a review. So it's been a busy weekend for your boy, but yeah, they're both an hour long, both with footage, a lot more in depth than we're going to get into here. This will basically be a quick little crash course, if anything. All right, let's start. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus The Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Interesting. I actually see in Wikipedia they're actually labeled as The Vision now. So I think it's properly official. Yeah, it is official.
Did they credit me in the bottom of the wiki? Yeah.
Well, they now have their own. They actually have their own wiki, and it says credit to Santi. Wow, cool.
Oh wow,
sick.
Well,
got Mike Wazowski again. Thumbnail hog.
I swear to God, if you put me in the thumbnail and the Wrestling is Cool logos over me, I'm gonna be
just Mike Wazowski the hell out of you. All right. What'd you think of this match? Opener of SummerSlam.
It was odd to see Roman in the daylight.
It was.
That's for sure.
It felt wrong. It felt naughty. It felt forbidden. Dude, how bad was the pyro guy for Roman's entrance? He was off. Roman puts up his finger. And then pyro goes off, and then Roman puts up his finger. Okay, so we're off. And then we get to the ring. Roman puts up his finger for like 5 seconds. It's kind of like looking around. All right, then puts it down, and then the pyro goes off. Pyro people, you guys were off this weekend.
Not as bad as Taker, okay? When Taker almost got burned alive.
Oh, yeah. That's like dude, how badass is Taker? He like sells the burn for a second. He's like, I'm dead, man.
He said if he wasn't like lathered up in like water, he would have been very hurt.
Oof.
But he was so drenched in water, and then the leather coat protected him. Anyway, the match was good. I thought Jay looked great. I think that was my takeaway from him, that Jay had some moments where he looked really strong. And, you know, Roman saved Jay. And then seemingly on Monday night, Jay forgot to help Roman. My bad, I wasn't around. So, you know, that was my takeaway. It didn't feel like it added anything to the stories of anything. The only thing as well, it was the Money in the Bank representative lost earlier in the night to dissuade anything that was going to happen later on the night with the cash in. Also, there was that whole thing of Braun Breaker maybe being hurt. I thought that was another work possibly, because Braun looked, I was looking everywhere. Where did Braun Breaker get hurt? But I thought that was another way to say like, ooh, that faction is going to be done for the night. And because it was like it happened out middle of everywhere, right? Anyway. But, you know, it was a great opener, and I was shocked. I know we predicted Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, but now knowing what I know now, I understand why they lost versus I thought it would be the building up the faction as Braun Breaker's the new leader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. When they lost, I was like, oh, I'm confused, because they're the ones that have to suffer with this loss on Monday Night Raw. They don't have their leader. They don't have Seth. But then once the show, and it's like, oh, but they're still standing tall. They're still the top guys. This loss was totally fine. I thought the match was a lot of fun. A really just a fun opener. Good way to get the energy going. In the grand scheme of things, what does this do? Not a heck of a whole lot, really, if you really, really want to like look at the long picture, especially with Roman basically getting written off of TV on Monday.
And Roman almost killing himself.
Oh, my God.
Crazy dive. Good
Lord.
Oh,
good Lord. That dive was insane.
That catch was like $15 million and more. Can you imagine that pressure of Braun and Bronson? Like, we got to catch him.
Yeah.
He's overshot himself.
Yeah, dude. And you just know that the creators and the producers and director of Street Fighter is like, ah!
Akuma,
no! Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun with that match. Then we had Charlotte and Alexa Bliss becoming new tag team champions, defeating Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Another fun match. Like, to me, the reason to enjoy this is the result. You know, like seeing Charlotte and Alexa celebrate this. They had a rematch on Raw that wasn't anywhere near as good as their SummerSlam match, but whatever. At least they're giving time to the tag team division. That's kind of a win. But yeah, I'm happy Charlotte and Alexa won here, because I think that's the play. I think the play is to build up the story of these two into the inevitable breakup, probably making it a WrestleMania match. I know you wanted the Judgment Day to win, so how you feeling?
I did. Look, I'm not going to judge a match based on booking results because what I wanted. I don't enjoy the chemistry of Alexa and Charlotte. And it showed on Monday night.
Yeah,
that was a weird promo,
dude. That was high school level drama club.
It felt like I was watching bad improv.
Yeah,
and you may say, Sancho, how do you know about that? Because I've been in bad improv. Okay, I've been a lot in bad improv. It was totally that. It felt like there was not like I don't know. The chemistry's not there, and they're gonna have to work. Oh, sorry, he's a weapon.
Podcast is over.
I got the yes and that. But the problem is, yes, that entire thing, in order for it to work, Charlotte and Alexa need to be more genuine. And that is hard for me to buy. Instead, they're shoving it down my throat, and I'm happy to accept it. I think Raquel and Roxy, they have that chemistry that works of like Raquel doesn't trust Roxy. Roxy's earning Raquel's trust. That's working for me a little bit better. But at the end of the day, what I dislike the most as well is that they had the run back so quickly, and that match wasn't even that good to have a run back.
Mm.
And then that leaves Judgment Day. Where do they go from now? In the tag team division, there's not a lot of other people to work with, so it feels like they're gonna have to scrap together. Like we saw Natalya and Maxine once again backstage wearing the same colors, but now Becky and Maxine have a match, so that's gonna be interesting. But going forward, if you're gonna build a tag team division and you're already gonna take one big name off the plate of the feud, who else are gonna wrestle, Santi?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I'm Xavier Woods with a big
dude, that hat. That was so. Dude, how good was the Penta Kung Lao cat throw? It was perfect. Like it went perfectly through the ropes, right onto Xavier Woods. Like it was awesome.
Oh, I loved everything about that whole segment from the beginning of the reveal, and then Grayson Waller, he's like talking to him, and you can't see him because he's behind the hat. Everything about that was fun. Even though Penta's in a weird spot, at least Penta's on TV. And that was a good match between Grayson Waller and Penta.
I know this is random because it's not that, but like about the hat, I wish they had done the Scary Movie 3 scene. You know, the scene where like the officer's hat keeps getting bigger. I wish they had shown him in various moments in the night and the hat just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That would have been really funny. Wouldn't be the first time that WWE does a Scary Movie 3 bid, because they did the Alexa and Bianca Belair Scary Movie 3 fight between the Well Girl and oh my God, what is her name in the movie? I can't remember her name, but she was
the best friend of
Cindy, the best friend of Cindy. I just can't remember her name. We then have Sami Zayn, Karrion Cross. We've already talked about that at length. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. This was a pleasant surprise. I liked that match. 7 minutes. I'm like, this is the most creative offense I've ever seen from Jade Cargill. It wasn't perfect, like the jaded into the foot on the rope. Like you could literally see Jade putting the foot on the rope there. But I'm like, this was probably Jade's best singles match of her career in the WWE. A serviceable, good Tiffany Stratton match, and it didn't overstay its welcome. That's where I think this is a win. It was 7 minutes, bing bong wepa, in and out, big moves. All right, I can enjoy this, but if they're going to continue this, brother, one of them needs to turn heel. You can use this match as the start of the feud, even though technically it's been going on for much longer. But if you want to build to like Clash in Paris or some show beyond that, we can't just have them both be babyfaces. One of them needs to turn. Thoughts, sir? Brenda is her name from Scary Movie.
Nice. I did not enjoy that match because Jade went down so quickly to one prettiest moonsault. I feel the journey of Jade did not warrant a 7-minute match. That's the only thing that I'm hung up on, is that Jade literally went through so much just to get to this match with Tiffany Stratton. She, starting the saga with Naomi, beating Naomi at Mania, running the gauntlet, Queen of the Ring, beating Asuka, to lose to Tiffany Stratton without any kind of resistance to that roll-up thing as well. Didn't work for me. It didn't make Jade look like a world beater. I don't think it was Jade's best outing as well, because it was like I didn't get any Bushido from Jade Cargill, which I was hoping for. It's like, let's see Jade hit a new level, a new fierceness, a new strength, so I could say, okay, she's ready to face Bianca Belair. And I didn't get that. Great for Tiffany, though. I can't argue that. Tiffany's her run as champion, the name she's beaten, outstanding. And then for her to beat Jade Cargill clean, great. But in my eyes, if Jade would have won and then Tiffy went heel, that would have been a nice transition to that. But instead, where does Jade go from here, man? Jade, I don't know. Tiffy, don't know. That's my only thing about it.
Okay. We've already talked about the Jelly Roll match, so we can kind of go over that. CM Punk versus Gunther. I thought this was a funky match. This is a style of match that, like, if you don't like the style of match, I can see you hating this match. It's a slow ass whooping is what this match was. But I liked it. I like this style of wrestling. I love how hard hitting it was. I like the fact that it was 99% offense from Gunther. However, the delivery of like the big shock was, I thought, really, really poorly executed. Listen, like, this type of match is what they did with Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. Roman getting mauled by Brock Lesnar, and then Lesnar hits his head. He's bleeding. All of a sudden, he's open and vulnerable. It's the same thing that they did with there was another Brock Lesnar match. Brock Lesnar and John Cena at Extreme Rules 2012 when Brock Lesnar came back. Brock Lesnar's eating Cena alive. Something happens with Brock Lesnar where he's bleeding and now he's open. Cena gets the win. They did it here as well, where Gunther is just working CM Punk, destroying him, nasty chops, nasty kicks, power bombs galore. He's getting like 95% of the offense. And then Gunther does the classic Gunther thing. He's celebrating way too early, which is something that we've seen against Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. So the formula for him to lose is he's winning and then starts to get too cocky. And then CM Punk trips him up. Gunther lands on his shoulder. And then he comes out with like the most blood that I've seen in WWE since Punk and Drew McIntyre at Hell in a Cell last year. That didn't fit. That didn't fit the impact. The Wepa moment didn't warrant as much blood as we got. And then they ended up doing the classic thing. Gunther is now dazed, and then he gets hit with the GTSs and loses. And yeah, cool. Like CM Punk wins. I like the match. That moment took me out of the experience for a second. I'm like, oh, that was lame. I didn't like that.
It felt like it wasn't a CM Punk victory. It felt weird. It felt like CM Punk wasn't the veteran of that. And also, my thing, Santi, is just to piggyback on what you said. He's a ring general. How can the ring general go out like that? I know it's a great way to write him off TV, right? They say he's out for indefinitely, sure. But wouldn't CM Punk overcome a ring general Gunther if he's the best in the world? If that was what they were promoting, and then for him just to take advantage of Gunther's foil is
he found the victory.
Strange.
He luckily found the victory, right? Is ultimately how I'm seeing this. He didn't like earn that victory. He's just like, I kind of fell into his lap with the accident on Gunther, basically.
How many times are they going to redo the AEW double GTS? They did it already once with Seth. Now they did it once with Gunther, where he just like collapses on top of him.
I like it.
This is what I call old man Punk. I'm hoping we don't get old man Punk in every match, because I thought him against Drew was the right amount of old man Punk and old CM Punk mixed together. Cool. Right? That was the right amount of offense, but you can't keep selling Gunther as world beater and then for him to, like you mentioned, lay off the gas a hair to gloat, because it's like
some gas, some brakes.
His promos doesn't do that, really, right? His promo says you're not on my level. I am the ring, like, and he's very pompous. I get it, but he doesn't do that during his match. Maybe if he starts emoting earlier, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, it can't just be all of a sudden I'm going to stop, hard stop, and you go, you know, like, it's just so strange for him to do that. But I felt that match, I gave it an A just because of the result of CM Punk winning was huge, and which led to the moment. Like, it was a crucial point to have that, but it wasn't like the best. I said it wasn't the best CM Punk match, and it wasn't the best Gunther match. It was just a good match.
Moving on here to night 2, we have Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. I'll let you lead this one off here, Sancho.
This wasn't like as good as Mania. That other triple threat was, and I said that because, and some of the comments were, I remember when I brought that up, I was like, dude, Bianca Belair is just a force of nature, and the moveset that she presents is going to be stronger than anything that Naomi presents, because it's just who they are. But Naomi did show up strong here, and she did some great things within her character, within her moveset that I enjoyed a lot. I like the way it started with faces beating up the heel, because Naomi's responsible for ruining the greatest night of women's wrestling with the WWE Evolution main event. I like that aspect, but it just felt like it was an echo of everything that worked at Mania over and over again. But this time it was more with a heel of Naomi running around. Naomi stealing it, I don't mind all that. I know Rhea and Io are going to continue going at it, and they kind of brought that up again. And I love how Io is so charming and so nice, but so biting with her words, right? She's like, oh, but you'll never beat me again. A big smile type of thing. So I'm enjoying that aspect with Io and Rhea. I like how Naomi was able to steal that. I don't like how the WWE built up Naomi after the fact. Like, they gave her a backstage segment. Like, at least let her go in the ring and gloat. I know they did a commercial heel where she did cheap heat, things of that sort, but I don't think they gave the red carpet for for Naomi for literally being Io and Rhea. They should have deserved like a big rollout, big celebration, like a Nia Jax when she had her little victory, or even Chelsea Green when she had her little State of the Union type of vibe. We could have had that when Naomi would proceed with caution, and we didn't get any of that inkling that Naomi's here to be a star forever. I know I predicted Rhea to win. The reason why I predicted Rhea to win, because I thought it was time to get the belt back on Rhea, simply because she can't keep challenging. And I did enjoy on Raw, Santi, that she's like, you know what? You're going to face Naomi, Io. I want you to win so I can beat you. And I'm like, I like that it's not, I want a match again because I'm mommy.
I'm Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Dude, she's a kooky character. Did you like all her taxidermy love?
Wait, what?
Did you see Unreal? Did you watch Unreal?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, she loves taxidermy. You know what taxidermy is,
I know what taxidermy is. I know. I've always kind of...
She loves...
Really?
She loves it. Yeah, she's into like the weird... She bought like this, like a possum that was dressed like a Chucky doll type of vibe. Ah, man.
That's not my jam.
Yeah,
that's not my jam.
Yeah, it will be, because mommy says so.
Rhea Bloody Ripley. I know that's a British accent, I'm pretty sure. That I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad.
I thought the match was good, but I'm kind of with you. It's like, okay, this wasn't as good as some of the heaters that we've gotten, like Rhea and Io, as well as the WrestleMania triple threat match. I felt in my review, I said, I wish we got more of all of them together in the ring. This was a lot of singles action with somebody on the outside. The match was at its best when all three of them were in the ring. And I know it's becoming a meme in my community when I explain that that's my favorite type of triple threat match, but it is. That's my favorite type of triple threat match. And that's what made Rhea, Bianca, Io so good. Like there was like never a moment where all three of them weren't part of the offense. I felt with this one, it was actually a rarity. They weren't together in the ring as often. It was like throwing somebody out so that we can have a one-on-one ecosystem for the majority of the match. But I still thought it was a good match. I thought Naomi wins the schoolyard argument of my dad is cooler than your dad. She got played down by her own father, who's apparently like a legendary guitarist that I didn't know about. That was sick. Like how special of an entrance would that be?
Divas, Santi. You're not a big fan. You're not a real fan.
I'm a casual. Divas. I did not watch. Was that information in Total Divas? And maybe I should watch Total Divas, but only if Rhea tells me to.
Total Divas in review, dude. Bring it.
Oh, dude. That's a fun one. Total Divas in review.
How many episodes is this show?
I love the idea of, I would love, because I've never seen it, so I would love to watch Total Divas in review for Patreon.
How many?
That's a brilliant idea.
There is 9 seasons of it.
What? I'd have to do one, like Total Divas season 1 in review.
Okay. Let me tell you. Okay. There's 9 seasons. Each season has about like 10 to 15. The longest one is 20 episodes.
Good God.
But season 1 is from July 2013 to December 2013.
Okay. So all right. Oh, I guess it'd be interesting. Like, I guess I could pick and choose what year I won, like based on what was going on in wrestling at that time.
So let's see. Basically, it runs from 2013 to 2019.
Okay. What about Total Bellas? Maybe a Total Bellas in review.
Oh. Let's see. Total Bellas episode list. Okay. 6 seasons. 6 seasons. Not bad.
That's still
not bad.
How did these shows get this many seasons?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Dude, maybe we should just watch one for Match Club. Season 1, episode 1, Cena House Rules.
Oh. It's okay, so that's Total Bellas. All right, okay.
Wow.
That's funny. Maybe we'll put that in the voting for next week. Total Bellas, Cena's House Rules.
It sounds like a match.
It's gonna be Cena House Rules.
You have to be. What was those rules again? I need to know, dude.
The men will retreat to the cigar room.
What? I need to know. What were they? Oh my God.
Yeah, is there a list of Cena house rules?
I feel
ask ChatGPT what were Cena's house rules as listed by Total Bellas. I bet ChatGPT will know.
All right, you continue on while I
Yeah,
drink
this is important information. First of all, we're already past the first hour, so if you're already here at this point, you're just you're a real fan. You're a total fan that you'd be down to listen to Total Bellas talk. All right, so what's ChatGPT saying?
It's searching. It's scavenging the web. Okay, here it goes. Respect the house as if it was your own. Adjust any habits like leaving towels on the floor to fit his expectations. Formal dining once a week, typically Wednesday, with everyone dressing up. Morning coffee together and a nightly fire outdoors as part of the structure routine. If you're up late, you must text him or let him know. No. No shoes inside the house. Make your bed every morning and keep the house tidy. Put towels away properly. Separating laundry into appropriate baskets. Properly closing doors with a specific jiggling method. No pets allowed indoors. Potentially dangerous house. Refrain from going outside at night due to Florida wildlife and guns on the property. Get permission.
I mean, most of those are reasonable. They're reasonable. Treat the house as if it's your own. I would want people doing that.
Sure. All right, folks. We haven't done this segment in a while. From the timeline of John Cena.
Oh.
If you do not believe in self, it will be extremely difficult to get others to believe in you. Be authentically you. The possibilities of life could be expanded exponentially.
Woo! The next match was the TLC tag team match between the Wyatt Six, Andrade and Ray, DIY, Fraxia, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. Yeah, my bald cap was wrong. I adored this match with every fiber of my being. My only complaint is that we didn't see enough of Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
You wanted more salsa? Is that
I wanted a little bit more salsa, a little bit more pico de gallo in this TLC.
Ooh, my salsa. That's what you.
I thought this match was incredible. It's one of my favorite matches of the year. It was the perfect type of car wreck, and it wouldn't stop. It just kept going. It was just pop after pop after pop after pop. I love that everybody got to have their big little extreme moment. I called it with this is not a 12-person match. This is a 17-person match because B-Fab, Candice LeRae, Nikki Cross, Uncle Howdy, and Big Red all got out there as well. All took bumps. Biggest bump of the night to Candice LeRae. Good Lord. I thought, dude, what is with these people going through ladders in the scariest ways possible? First AJ Francis, now Candice LeRae going friggin' leg first into the ladder. And then the Four Corners table spot was absolutely insane, where they just kept bouncing from table spot to table spot to table spot to table spot in each corner of the outside around the ring. That was unbelievable. DIY going through all of the tables in the callback to WrestleMania 17. We had Tommaso Ciampa turning into Batman, hanging upside down from where the titles are being hung. I said in my review that, man, Tommaso Ciampa must have a tremendous amount of trust in that, because I don't even trust my own farts. If I fart, I'm there's a possibility I might poop myself. He had to have 100% trust that thing was not going to break, or we were going to watch a live death in front of our very eyes.
Johnny Gargano tweets, to answer everyone's question, no, I did not sleep on the couch last night. We were in a hotel room. There was no couch. Man, I felt like what was cool about that was it's an interesting way to do TLC, right? Instead of having 2 tag teams or 3 tag teams, they had 6 tag teams. And because of that, each person barely did one crazy spot.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at the Dudleys and the Hardys who were in attendance, and even Edge and Christian, all those matches, they had to go through multiple spots, which is crazy on the body. So I like that it was metered correctly. There was moments where if, for example, Joe Gacy took that big tornado DDT, I'm like, oh, and then Joe Gacy was gone. I was like, that makes sense. He'll be gone for a while, right? Dexter Lumis jumping, literally doing leg drop to the outside. Oh, okay, that makes sense that he's be gone for a while. And so I liked it really well. I know some people did not like Wyatt Six using their numbers game, but it's the Wyatt Six. They're heels. And I like the mandible claw being used again by Uncle Howdy. I like Uncle Howdy actually getting involved for his faction. Means a lot. And it makes sense for the White Six to win. The reason why I predicted it is because they're there to test the brotherhood. They're there to be the mountain to climb. And what a better way to do that, because now the rest of the tag team division could work together to usurp the White Six. But banger of a match, dude. That's one of those matches you can show anybody and be like, dude, this is where wrestling is these days. This is wild. But there were so many like mini spots that were great too, like Organo redoing the Adam Cole with Ricochet spot again. That was cool. So many neat things that happen, and it just shows you that the SmackDown division said, hey, we're no longer being ignored. We're no longer going to be we're going to be on the SmackDown go home. We're going to be on the beat. So
Man,
they deserve
it.
They deserve it. They deserve it, brother. And hey, I'm not a Wyatt Six train conductor. I'm not on the train. I don't deserve to be on the train. I don't want to be on the train, brother. But I'm happy that the Wyatt Six heel, for the fans out there who love them, is working, because it is going to work. I really believe in that.
All right. Moving on to Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. I took TLC, so you take this one. What'd you think? In the last chance, no DQ match.
No chance. This felt like a grade A steak. It didn't need much, dude. These ladies know how to wrestle, and we know the graps, and it was grade A. And what they did with the WWE is, I said this in my party, is that they seasoned it. And some may argue that they over-seasoned it, and the seasoning was good, and it just kept getting more overproduced a little bit. I think the biggest thing that hurt this match, and I know you caught it, Santi, is that when Lyra fell out of the zip ties, what are you going to do there? And just clear as day, you could see the rookiness, the green thumb in Lyra's like, you should just move on from the spot. But I know there was more spots relying to that. And that's what I mean, that was a little bit overproduced. I didn't need Lyra to go through that, to feel like she's handcuffed and she's going to lose. That's like something like a Roman Reigns would go through, because he's much more like further down his path as a babyface. I feel like Lyra's just growing right now. And I feel like that's like a spot that a veteran would know how to navigate in kayfabe, being zip tied, right? But overall, when Bayley got involved, I was fine with that. I thought that worked really well, set up things later down the road. I love that they're moving on from Lyra and Becky. I actually really am excited for Becky and Nikki Bella. I really am. That promo sold it for me. And that let me know that if not knowing now, well, Charlotte and Tiffy, how they had it, and Charlotte being hurt by what was actually being said, it's interesting to see that Nikki and Becky could get to the same point and be on the same page. Of course, Becky told Nikki, I'm going to say that, right? Of course, they had to go there. But I'm looking forward to that. And I think Becky winning is the reason why Nikki Bella and Becky is going to work, because it's an IC title match. But I feel for anyone who's a Lyra fan, it's just not her time. It's just not her time right now.
Sure. I like the match, but I was critical in the sense where I'm like, I didn't need all this stuff. The reason why I loved their previous matches was because it was just so technically clean, just such good in-ring matches. The 3 matches that they've had at Backlash, Money in the Bank, and the Triple Threat at Evolution, all 3 of them were in my halfway through the year match of the year. Like they were in the top 10. This match is not. That is not me saying it's a bad match. I just don't think that this had the essence of the reason why I fell in love with this feud and these matches in the first place. It felt like the reason why this feud got over is like, who's the better wrestler? Who's the better WWE superstar? And when you bring in all of this stuff, which by the way, cool spots, but when you put it after the TLC match, I'm desensitized. Like this actually needed to go on a little bit later in the show to make some of the spots and the viciousness land a little bit better, because the viciousness from the stuff that TLC just did was just recently in my brain. I thought that they tried maybe just too much. Funny enough, once they removed the handcuffs, the zip tie, I'm like, this is what I like about this feud. This is what I like about this match. But now we've added a little bit of brutality. Having Lyra stuck in the chair spot, that was awesome. The Bayley stuff was great as well. It was after the shenanigans of the zip ties where I really started to like the match. But I think by that point, it was too little too late to make it as good as their previous matches. So I liked it, but just not as good as the other ones. You there? You can't hear me. Well, my audio is fine on my end, so maybe leave and come back.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
I missed everything you said.
Okay.
But I'm sure it was great.
Everything got caught on my end. That's odd that we had a little hiccup for you.
That's why I wasn't hee-hawing the whole time. But
and then Sancho, that's how I broke the pickle jar inside of my butthole. Let's move on here.
It should not be your parachute line, dude. Like, what's wrong with you?
No, that's my version of the gun in improv. All right. Solo Sakoa, Jacob Fatu. I didn't like this. I thought it was boring. It was a rehash of everything they've been doing on Friday Night SmackDown with the MFT run-ins, except there was a cage. That's it.
Good point. It felt like leftovers.
Yeah. It like
quite the same.
All you did was add a cage to, but it didn't help at keeping them out. It didn't change the dynamic of the Jacob Fatu experience against MFT. You know, I was such a Jesse Ventura guy. Like, just seeing Solo Sakoa spending the whole time in this match trying to crawl through the door. I'm like, you can win by going out the door. The whole time I'm like, make it make sense, Sancho. The whole door thing, I'm realizing now, especially in this, steals the ability for this match to have verticality. That's why steel cage matches can be fun, when you add the verticality of the cage. I'm not saying jump off of it. I'm not saying do freaking moonsaults off of it like Jacob Fatu did after the match. But use the verticality of the cage. And I just felt like with the constant running to the door, it really kept the match way too leveled. And you can't even say, well, it's actually to keep out other people from it. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work. This may as well have just been a regular match. The cage stipulation was unnecessary. That's my thoughts. I didn't like it.
Is this a place?
Go for it. Did you love this match?
They should have added Jimmy versus Tala Tonga at SummerSlam.
Oh, brother.
Because it would have been really cool for Tala Tonga's debut be at SummerSlam. If they wanted to make Tala Tonga a scary character and have him destroy Jimmy earlier in the night, even if it's a pre-show match, right? Have him destroy Jimmy earlier in the night. So when he gets to this point, he could be menacing, right? He could be scary. I felt like the only saving grace in this match would be a Tala Tonga looking scary. Give him the Undertaker coming out of the ring match. Give him ripping off the door handle like Kane or Bobby Lashley. Give him something to make me feel like this dude is a force of nature, so that when Jacob Fatu has to overcome Tala Tonga, it means something. But instead, they didn't do that. Instead, it exposed that the MFTs are just a bunch of fodder. Jacob Fatu getting chained to the handcuff to the thing by Tala Tonga didn't look menacing and scary. It didn't look like Roman being chained up to be fed dog food type of moment, right? It felt silly. This whole match felt silly. Everybody felt downgraded, watered down. Jacob Fatu jumping off the thing reminded me of Ryback shell-shocking Mark Henry after the match at Mania 29. This match bummed me out. And my only safe place is that I'm hoping that Tala Tonga would have looked scarier. And they could have had Jimmy and Tala at SummerSlam.
Okay, I want to move on.
Yo, come on, dude.
I know. No, who the fuck? Tala Tonga and Jimmy Uso at SummerSlam?
Add something for Tala Tonga. Make him feel important. This is the debut of Tala Tonga. We haven't had Tala Tonga wrestle. Just saying, dude.
Oh, I mean, we had it at the night before, and it wasn't great.
Don't count. It don't count. It don't count. It would have counted if it was that. Then I would have been like looking back, like, this is the debut of Tala Tonga, man. Just saying, dude. Just saying, dude.
All right, you can say all you want. I disagree.
I can hear the comments right now. It's like, oh man, I was on board with Sancho the entire episode.
I was about to add you in the thumbnail.
Oh, shut up.
And then this happened. Now, like we're back to square one. We're back to square one.
It's like the opposite of the Super Mario flute.
You're right back to the level one.
Yeah.
Then we had Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. You can take this one first. Thoughts?
It was a tribute to Eddie, bro.
Yeah, it's fun.
That was fun. It was a good fun. a good buffer match until we got to the main course. It was delectable. It was a good palate cleanser, and it was cool, man. And this was the coming out part. Dominic Mysterio just beat AJ Styles, and where AJ Styles tried to beat him at the Eddie Guerrero game, Dominic beated him first to it, and that was awesome. Yeah, it was great. And now I'm excited for Triple Mania, baby.
Yeah, Triple Mania is going to be fun. Yeah, I like this match too. I liked all the Eddie callbacks. I think it's hilarious that Dom was calling this his 20th anniversary in WWE. I thought that's so funny. For those that don't know, Dom debuted at SummerSlam 2005.
See? Debut at SummerSlam. It matters.
Oh yeah, that's the same as Talatanga. Yeah, for sure.
It could have been. Sure. I don't know. 20 years from now, it could have been. Okay, think about it.
Yeah. So Dominic debuted at SummerSlam 2005 in the custody of Dominic, ladder match between Ray and Eddie Guerrero. I love that AJ came out in all the Eddie Guerrero stuff. I love all the callbacks. The chair, trying to frame the other guy moment was amazing. The loose boot callback to WrestleMania 20, Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero was great as well. It was just fun. It's just a fun match, and I'm down for them to run it back. I would love for this to be in Paris because I think both guys would just get such a great ovation from the Parisians.
Dominic.
They'll probably just do dirty Dom. They'll probably just do that. Which now, man, American crowds are just forcing that way too much.
I know.
It's cringe. It's cringe.
We ruined it.
Classic USA, right? Am I right?
My bad, dog. My bad.
Yeah, you have to apologize for your country for that one. You guys,
did you enjoy
guys
America the Beautiful? That was a really cool rendition by the two ladies, the Tiger Lily people.
I don't think I saw it.
You didn't see it?
No. It must have happened in the pre-show. I didn't watch the pre-shows at all. Yeah, for sure it happened on the pre-show because I watched.
You show up late.
I show up right
every
on time.
Every time my watch parties popping off. Yeah. And then Santi goes live 10 minutes late. Man, everybody.
Santi must pose.
Everybody leaves it. It feels like I'm like a SpongeBob, right? And everyone just goes to the other like. I'll go to the other place, you know what I mean? I'm by myself. Or Squidward in this situation.
That's a Squidward sounding. Ew.
Who am I? Cody Rhodes.
Oh man, dude. I know we already kind of talked about it, but Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. I was like. And then I was like, that promo won me over, dude. And I'm so glad it's a reset too. I'm so glad that they aren't just going back to the well of Lyra or Bailey or any of the people that have already gotten a chance at Becky Lynch. I'm so glad that this is a new feud. And hey, listen, Becky historically has worked well with these legends, worked well with Lita, an amazing program with Trish Stratus. Let's not forget that. Mm-hmm. And this is already like first step in this feud. Already knocked it out of the park. But I did say in the Raw review again over on patreon.com/Santi's app with footage that both of the big lines were just like Nikki Bella set up these landmines and she tripped them herself. Like when she's like mocking Becky Lynch's Hollywood career and she's like, wait, hang on. I was in Happy Gilmore, biggest movie of the summer. You were there too, but oh wait, they cut out your part because I'm the bigger star and the bigger draw. And then she brings up her hot husband, Seth Rollins, only for Becky Lynch to deliver just the masterful line. Don't talk about me and my hot husband. We're the greatest WWE couple of all time. Hey, you would be if you, wait, you can't see him. And dude, that crowd made that moment because they got out of their seats and you could hear like it was a rap battle line. It was so good.
Was that the same crowd that had the Xavier Woods line in that rap battle?
Oh, rated R, right? Like your boy Xavier Woods. I don't know if they were in Brooklyn at that time, but that was also a good crowd. They might have been in Brooklyn.
It felt like that was the right place to do that line. But it just shows you the power of one solid promo. I do feel that the art of the promo is waning in the WWE in a sense that you could sell a feud, you could sell a match to a crowd like yourself, a seasoned fan that may not like this match on paper that goes Becky versus Nikki. But then when they do a solid promo in the whatever program, a segment, you're like, okay, I'm in. oftentimes more than ever, I feel like we never got that with Tiffy and Jade. You know, that's what I'm like. All right, Tiffy and Jade, both great. They both could do it in the ring. Let's go ahead and put this piece together. One piece, this piece with the glue, and the glue's not strong there because their promos are not there. And I felt like that's been the case for a lot of these things, is that the WWE has definitely been leaning on a lot of the match quality is going to be good. And sometimes it doesn't play out. Look at Tiffany and Charlotte. Ooh, the match quality is going to be good. Wasn't there. Ooh, the promos were going to be, wasn't there. So I know that the match quality may not be there for Nikki versus Becky, but I'm going to be there because of the drama they've created. And that's what I want. That's all I want. If the match quality is not going to be there, then the drama should be there, my friend. Drama.
And this was the big return of the back and forth promo, an actual conversation. And look at the magic that it created. This would have been so much less exciting if it was just Becky Lynch going out there, and then the next week, Nikki Bella, and then back and forth like that. Like, I'm glad that this was a proper conversation because it led to this hype moment, these awesome deliveries between the two. And kudos to Nikki Bella. Like, she was in there. She was hanging with Becky Lynch, even though Becky Lynch was the one dropping nukes. This did wonders on making me care for a feud that I didn't know that I wanted. I'm assuming that this will probably pay out in Paris. I do think that that's a big enough draw of a match to do it a PLE, Becky and Nikki. But more than anything, Sancho, I'm just glad it's a reset. You know, not that I was getting tired of Lyra versus Becky, but I feel like we went full circle there. I feel like we told the story that needed to be told. We transitioned Lyra to Bayley, and that can be its own story, its own feud. And we can just have Becky Lynch make the rounds and have different matches that we weren't expecting, like against Natalya, like against Maxine Dupree here with Nikki. Why not?
It was in Phoenix, Arizona. The complete opposite.
Literally not even close.
No, Phoenix was getting some banger shows, dude.
Yeah.
They got the promos where he goes, "Now go home."
El Grande Americano now has a faction, it seems, which I think is hilarious. The Americannoverse continues to grow. For those that have a keen eye, some might believe that this might be Kaiser and New Catch Republic, which is interesting. That was a very Tyler Bate-like kick from the third El Grande Americano. I think this is hilarious.
He was a squatty Kano.
He was, yeah. I think it's hilarious that this is going to be a faction, dude. Especially if allegedly it is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Hearing them attempt Spanish is going to be comedy gold.
I just want more.
Do you want an Omos? Give me an Omos.
More
Grandes?
More. Lean into it more. Don't stop. This is what WWE likes to do. They like to dip their toe in, go all in. If you had a choice, don't do that, because then you would go, okay, New Catch and Ludwig and allegedly Chad Gable. What are they going to do, dude? They got to be a big blow off. They could literally do a triple mania with all their luchadors versus the Americanos.
The Americannoverse.
Dude, the Americanos are a family that have been in the wrestling forever.
Generations.
Really about it.
Generations.
Hijo del Grande Americano. There's just so many, dude. You cannot ignore the Americannoverse, and it's working. It's working because it's absurd. It reminds me of a Family Guy joke. Yeah, first time it could be annoying. Ooh, it's very risque. Then it just keeps coming and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting. Before you know it, you're laughing by the 15th time. And I don't think we're near there. I think if they put Omos in the mask, and there's going to be people like, oh, Omos deserves better than this. Omos, who didn't go to Noah and just put to be a part of the Grande Americano.
Oh, it's better than nothing. It's better than doing nothing.
Have some fun. All right. At this point, I didn't even take LA Knight in Grande Americannoverse, okay?
He'd be good. He'd be like, Grande Americano, see.
Dude, Speed would be the perfect for Grande Americano.
Oh, he'd be a fun one-off El Grande Americannoverse edition. Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
Him in the singlet running out there would be amazing. It's just like an opportunity to have fun. And I think this is a great opportunity to have fun. And if it's a way to bring back New Catch Republic and Just think of the moveset of allegedly Tyler Bate Grande Americana with the airplane spin, with the shoulder thing.
Oh, Tyler Bate's amazing. He's amazing. He could do some crazy stuff. It's just people didn't care about him. But like, this could make people care. Yeah. No one knew who I was until I put on the mask.
It reminds me of Batman Begins, where those guys are like, what gives you the right?
Yeah.
Huh? What gives you the right? I'm not wearing hockey pads.
First of all, that's not Begins. That is The Dark Knight.
Oh.
That is the opening of The Dark Knight.
Where it's not the opening. It's the middle. It's the middle part.
Nope. It's literally the opening of The Dark Knight.
It's not the opening of Dark Knight. The opening of Dark Knight's Joker, you dumbass.
Okay, I know, but like yes, that's like the cold open. I'm talking about. Okay, 5 minutes into the movie is the opening. That is literally the first time that we see Batman in the movie. It's when he's stopping the weapons deal with Scarecrow in the garage.
And the dogs attack him?
Yeah, that's the beginning of the movie. But yes, the cold open is he didn't think about dogs, and he changed his armor.
That's when he
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
That's when he changed his suit, because you remember he had that big like velvet cape, and he had that big cowl, and he was moving like this.
Yeah, but it's not Begins. Like, first of all, you're wrong. It's not Begins. It's not middle of the movie. It's the beginning of the movie.
And then he goes, I need a recycle back and forth. Yeah, but exposes you might get stabbed here, Dr. Ring. Bang, bang. You know what I mean? And then Bane comes out like, I'll break your back.
Well, that's Rises. Did
you hate when Bane broke his back and then like Batman no sells it and heals himself in a hole?
Man, Bruce Wayne got a pose. Bruce Wayne got a pose, man.
And hey, you told me that nobody climbed out of that hole except Bane and then Mr. Bruce Wayne, who broke his back.
Wasn't it that Bane didn't climb out of that? It was Talia that climbed. No, it was Talia that climbed out. Dude, I'm just dunking on you with my knowledge. Come on, what is going on with you today? What is going on with you?
I'm proving that you're a nerd too. You hate on me from Fortnite and talking about Power Rangers.
You opened the show with Megazord in Fortnite.
Potatoes, dude. They're all the same. It's all the same freaking plate that we have here.
The saying is tomato, not even potato.
Let's call the whole thing off.
You have one last topic here. I don't know what you wanted to say about this. Rock booking versus Triple H booking.
Well, that was more of like the whole thing about it feels like John Cena going back to face.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Just kind of go up against the whole idea of what The Rock was building with Travis Scott. Like, you can't have two creatives. You can't have a guy, and they said this in Unreal. I forget the name of the guy, that he is part of The Rock's creative. That doesn't work well for long-term story booking. It doesn't work for Triple H booking in this logical universe that they're building. Maybe in a Vince era, yeah, that would work because, like you mentioned, Vince drops storylines every PLE or 2 PLE cycles. You could do a Rock program that comes in, and you could have done John Cena turning heel for the same thing with Travis Scott, and we would have been fine in a Vince McMahon era, but it just does not work in the Triple H era. And I think John Cena was speaking for Triple H when he said that 5 minutes of shock television and for it to be him be still by himself. It just shows you that it causes more problems. And they've been dealing with this since WrestleMania 39, right? All this notions of, The Rock, Roman shaking hands, and we're going to go ahead and have all that stuff. Just shows you that they're causing problems and friction. And it's a shame that Rock and Triple H can't go in the ring because that's the natural blow off in pro wrestling. Let's settle in the ring. I would love for Rock and Triple H to eventually get involved in a program where Rock has a champion and Triple H has a champion. Triple H being Cody, Cody being Triple H's champion. That'd be really cool. And you could kind of get a hint that The Rock may be building that because he was like, I want you to be my champion. So if they're going to do that, they need to settle it that way. Because if not, it's just going to be a problem. And we've always said this before, Santi, is that when The Rock shows up and does nothing, it's a problem because he comes out and buries a heel for no reason, a la Austin Theory, and then he gets his pop and pose and goes home. But the difference was when he came back as the final boss, right? Okay, Rock is here to play ball, but seemingly it's so he is not here to play ball. And he's here for a business, and that business doesn't gel well. And it's clear as day that it didn't work. And John Cena, perfect, pristine babyface run was tarnished a little bit by that. Do you think people will remember heel Cena at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean the turn is too big to like. It's one of the biggest babyface characters to turn heel. People will remember it, but it won't be remembered like fondly how I wished it was. I think that there will be. I think more the conversation will be like, they shouldn't have never done that. They should have just never done it. They should have just never done it. And I wish that there was more foresight there from WWE. Like, man, like you're really going to attach, first of all, a celebrity to the heel turn, a celebrity that you really don't really have any control as to how they themselves, because like they themselves may tarnish their own reputation outside of WWE. And now all of a sudden that celebrity with a potentially tarnished reputation down the line is now on screen with one of your biggest moments in history in the heel turn. I never liked the idea of Travis Scott, not in the WWE. Hell yeah, give me celebrities in WWE. I never liked the idea of Travis Scott or any celebrity, any non-WWE figure being involved in the John Cena heel turn. I really, really didn't like it. Still don't to this day, even as Travis Scott had stuck around. But this was like, to me, just an error that was unforced. I felt like it was WWE shooting themselves in the foot by anchoring the biggest storyline in wrestling to two part-time guys. You can't, relying on the unreliable is such a bad business strategy, and it bit them in the ass, and they had no choice but to just abruptly change it, pull the parachute, and start over, as we said in the beginning of the show. I'm good moving forward without Rock's storyline. I felt, funny enough, at SummerSlam, I'm like, this is the last attempt. This is the last time where I'm like, it makes sense. This is the last time where Rock can make his return, and I'm excited and happy because this is maybe here to pay off a big storyline. From here on out, Rock appearances, I'm going to be, no pun intended, raising an eyebrow to. Like, what are we ruining now with you being here? And that's a bad way to think about that, but it is how I'm going to think about it.
One of the things I walked away from Unreal is they say that they book for a shocking ending. And I wonder if the WWE are banking too hard on that at every major PLE. Does a major PLE need to have like a shock and awe finish, like a Seth Rollins cash-in, which makes sense in the universe? But I feel when the WWE has to justify the prices that they're charging, they have to justify going to 2 nights. I think they feel the pressure of creating a shocking ending, a la a Brock Lesnar. Like I think like when you walked away from that, it's like you could have literally just had Cody and John, and that would have been a good moment. Like, all right, that was a good night. Wrestling solid. I'm good. I'm happy. But they have to add that shock value to it. And so I'm wondering about that, because it's clear as day is that everything's getting expensive. If I was a fan of night 1, I would have been happy because of the ending. Like, oh, the shocking thing of the cash-in. I will always remember that for the rest of my life. And then night 2, like, oh, the return of Brock Lesnar. I will remember that. It was justified the price I paid. But I was like, I wonder if I don't think you can really book for that, dude. You can't.
How many more of those do you got? How many more of those can you pull out?
I don't know. I feel like the WWE should be okay with just having a solid night of wrestling. I do feel like looking back at everything, Evolution had the shocking ending with the cash-in, but I like endings that are within the realm of the world that they're creating. And I don't know. It's just something to really think about. How is the WWE booking? And I think Unreal is creating interesting threads for me to think on that will affect me. I know I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to break kayfabe, but it's interesting to know how the machine thinks. Does that make sense?
100%.
Like, how does the machine think? And it's clear as day that SummerSlam was booked to shock you at the end of the day, and it surely has. But it's interesting. I think the one thing, the sour note that you're on about The Rock, you're right. I mean, that was the last opportunity of the final boss, because he's already given the Ulafala to Roman, so that's done. You can't do that. The whole idea of going for Cody, that was finished at the Raw on Netflix when he said, appreciate you carrying the thing, and he shared tequila with him, right? That was done. And now the whole thing with John Cena is over.
It's over.
Because he did he say something weird? Like, I don't have to be around for the story to end, right? I
Yeah.
could just be the final boss could appear and just let things happen, and I don't have to be around for it to be. It doesn't have to end in a match. That was what the Rock. That was Dwayne's words.
Yeah, a wrestling thing
brother.
doesn't have to end in a match. Crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. Last thing I want to talk about before we go to New Heat Order, I found that the SummerSlam theme was social media.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
of the introduction of the packages, the vertical reactions of the intros, Drewski, it was all social media heavy, and it was like hard leaning on reaction clips as well and social media posts. So interesting note that's the thing that they went for. That was the hidden theme of that social media.
I liked it.
Interesting.
It felt like a, hey, we see you guys.
Yeah, because you're in it.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
Am I going to be in the thumbnail first or the WWE programming first? You had to take a
WWE.
pick.
Brother, you're going to main event WrestleMania-verse.
It's funny because I see everybody. I'm like, oh, okay.
Shall we new Heat Order?
Yeah, we new Heat Order.
Okay, question. Who's number one? Lesnar or Seth?
I'm gonna go with number one. Actually, I was gonna say John Cena. Simply because that was a masterclass match.
In the face turn, yeah.
And the face turn. It was like two big things going forward. And he had a big pop and him running in, throwing the hat.
Oh, dude, I was so happy seeing that. Okay, you're not going to get any pushback from me. Cena number one. Number two, Seth or Lesnar?
I want to go with Seth because Seth is going to be around and it's already paid off. Him being at Monday night, him cutting that great promo, like, don't doubt me. You always doubt me. You doubted me. Roman doubted me. And if you're doubting me, you're going to be in trouble. And they named the faction the Vision. So it's like good all around. And they're building up to Survivor Series War Games. I'm hoping that I don't want that match to be a War Games match.
It's going to be. It's going to be.
I don't want it to be because, dude, traditional Survivor Series could work, you know. Let them do that. Let them do a single, like an elimination style 6-man or 4-man, whatever you want to call it, 8-man, and let them do that because I think it could really work, especially for the LA Knight. That could at least give LA Knight something rather than just being a side piece for the main event. Number two,
Seth. Number three, Brock.
Yeah, for wrong reasons as well in terms of.
Buzzworthy, dude. You open Twitter.
No, I'm talking about
Brock
for burying my boy Karrion Cross. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want you guys want it, Brock?
Yeah, you want Brock.
I wish someone said no. That's not what we said. All right, number 4. For those who know, New Heat Orders about buzz. What's getting the most talk?
Yes.
What's talking shop? What gets us to tune in?
Can we cheat here and say SmackDown Tag Team Division? All 17 of them that were in that match. Because that was incredible.
One of my favorite tweets was Gargano saying, and we have a 3-year-old at home, and it shows him like falling off into the tables, and it shows Candice LeRae going into it.
How about Cody?
Yeah. Returning as the undisputed, the quarterback, despite going off to be filming Guile.
Did you see he's growing his hair out like Guile?
Yeah. And it's a different shade of blonde. It's more of a Guile-like. Such
a good theme.
I'm down to, at number 6, consider, I just don't like what happened with Naomi after. That put a little bit like, ooh, on Monday night, but still, Naomi beat Rhea and Io.
I'm down to put Naomi on the list, but I think Becky's ahead. Okay. I think Becky's ahead. First of all, her match was 10 minutes longer. They got 25 minutes. Good match. Ending of the feud. One retained the title and then pivots into an already new song. You're right. And then pivots into a feud that many people would have groaned at, that after one promo, people loved.
And she has a hot husband. Can you refer to me as your hot co-host?
No.
Come on.
I can't. My hot co-host.
Are you dying? Are you dying? No, see, there's my hot co-host.
Yes, they're expecting one of us in the where would they expect? They're expecting one of us in the thumbnail, brother, and it's not going to be Sancho.
Yeah, it's gonna be you
every time. No, our podcast thumbnail is always the hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh?
Number 7, Naomi.
Yeah, we can throw Naomi here.
Isn't it interesting that Io Sky told the Kabuki Warriors, "I don't need your help"?
Yeah, and then they keep being like, "Go hang out with your friend."
Ooh,
yeah, I'm seeing
your friend.
Yeah, bro. Some animosity that I'm seeing here.
Some
God damn it! We need to wrap this up.
All right, number 8. I'm just thinking of the jelly roll.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Give me jelly, man.
Give me some jelly roll. Jelly roll. All I have to say is, do you have a song in your repertoire to hit hard?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably a personal song for him that he likes, but it's not a good wrestling song.
Not Champea.
Chambea. Hala! Cabrón, dale la bea, Would you like some breadsticks? Have you seen Happy Gilmore yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like? We have the best Italian Dominican restaurant.
Isn't it crazy that he showed out there too, right?
Yeah.
Dominated. A beboni. No love for Damien?
Wepa.
Why does Damien have to get his ass beat to make anything valuable for him?
I don't know.
Every time I look at David, he's like this.
Yeah, he's
knocked out.
He's on shrooms.
Bingo.
Wepa. Dom?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
This is the night after PLEs is tough.
It's really tough. The competition is stiff.
I'm gonna tell Goose Lesnar out there to double the points. You know what I mean?
Double the points for post PLE.
Double the points. Probably ruined his little.
He's like, oh god.
All right, we have who's number 10? Who's number 10, brother? Because it's not Solo, it's not Jacob. Let's look who appeared at the PLE. Can I put LA Knight at 10?
I think you should. Yeah, he's getting CM Punk, bro. It's CM Punk.
You're right.
It's Punk.
You're
it's
right.
Punk. It's Punk.
Does Punk go above Becky, Naomi,
Jelly? Don't touch
Dominic?
this. Just put Punk at 10.
Okay.
Just put it at 10. We're good.
Because
here's the thing. In my opinion, you
Yes.
could interchange from 4 to 10 because of how crazy SummerSlam was. 4 to 10 is interchangeable. I think the top 3 were pretty locked. I think beyond that, they can be kind of interchangeable.
I think if you would have made this list after night 1, Logan Paul. For sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Well, folks, thank you all very much for being with us.
2 hours and 2 minutes. Yay.
For this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. Of course, you could have gotten this episode 3 days earlier than everywhere else if you were on the Patreon, but you could also get your name read if you are a $15 patron. And we got to figure out what the movie night is for August, Sancho. Special shout outs go out to
the Kane movie, bro.
Oh,
See No Evil.
Oh, I think that's an October movie, no?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, that should be an October movie. Huge shout outs go out to our producers of the show, Jelly Roll and Amp. RVD are Santi's favorite wrestlers. First patron, I Crazy Dude says Gel Roll, Ace1151, Aiden, Elbreem Zuda, Alex Regal, Alex, Alfie the Chosen One, American Nightmare, Cody Lander, Antonio Arjona, Antony, Arbach, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Ashley, Ozzy Kingslayer, Austin Hogland, Authentic Chocolate, Bailey Saunders, Beans, Bean Pluto, BFT is the skull-crushing finale with less steps. BG13, Be Hostile, Bing Bong Wepa, Black Lesnar, Blendamain, Blue Cord, Bluefish, Bobby, Brayton Primo, Brady Keaton, Brody Cyphers, Caleb Parker, Cameron Waring, Cameron Talks WWE. Can we all agree Papa H cooked? Carlos Gonzalez, CB, Cody, Cena Cody double turn at Mania, Chimchar Collectibles, Chris Butner Lucas, Chris Estes, Christian Anderson, Chucky Gonzalez, Clay, Colby Mayo, Cookies for Sale, Cool Whip Tim, Corey King, Dalton Dunbar, David Nelson, Derek Barnhart, Devin Geards, Diego Villeda, Digi316, D Lopez, Do It Now, Go Juan, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, Dumsky, Dylan Ariola, Sean Egg Toast, El Jano Americina, El Joshi, Eric Crosby, Eric Ruiz Romero, Aaron Thorne, Ethan Dominique. Everybody loves Henry Ramon. I such, but wait, there's more. Fishing with Papa J, Five Knuckle RKO, Fletcher Walpole, FMFCMA, Freezer, Fugnux, Gamerscape, Garrett Coons, Garrett Woods, Giovanni Gonzalez. By the way, that should have been Triple H's tagline for his booking of SummerSlam. But wait, there's more. Gerber.
Instead of saying you ain't seen nothing yet.
Gibby that boy out of Hendo, Gilbert Deans, Govern, GXA man, Hot Poppy, Heartfelt, Heath Robertson, Hey Shakes, Hoodie Cam, I'm Rick James Bitch, Ian McNugget, I'm Braun Strowman. Asa says, I'm Spider-Man without the spider. Is Mr. It's Astro Kid, Ivan.
So dead uncle, okay.
Yeah, even Martinez, Jack Gibley, Jack Harris, Jack Parker, Jackson Parrish, Jacob Fatu, Jacob Mueller, Jacob Pena, Jacob Staffel, Jake Chavoya, Jason De Dios, Javier Vane, Javier Rodriguez, Jay Henry, Jalen Steele, Javion McDuffie, JC Worley, Jelly Goose, Lesnar Roll, Jelly Roll. Sancho said we must do that. Jelly Roll, Jeremiah Finley, Jeremiah Kelly, Jay Franco, Jahihi Ahihi, Joe Velez, Joey Romig, John Cena's Soul, Johnny Moore, Johnny Owens, Jordan Lynch, Jaws B, Juicy J, Juliana Sarfi, Justin Brooks, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, Kevin Bega, Kenyon P, Kuwaiti Rick Boogs, Kyrie Lawrence, Liam, Life of Brian, Lil Shifu, Logan Mull, Luis Jimenez, Mark, Marnie YCSM, Matthew Dollar, Matthew Oberg, Matthew Watkins, Mossy, McQueen X, Mackay, Meredith Lee, Michael Hobbs, Michael Purnell, Michael Paz, Michael Vera, Miguel Paredes, Mitchell X, Sancho is my goat, Muhammad Al-Banai, Nathan Tully, Nicholas Kyle, Nighthawk, Nina Uray, NyQuil Pad, Noah Booth, Obi Nobi, Obion, 0012, Oil Up Now, Santi 69, Oliver Hammonds, Omar Francisco Andres, Pat R, Pat Mickmark, Prince Vegeta, Proceed With Caution, Puppet Spanker Johnson, Reacher, Reaper God, Reese, Reyes Carrera, Ricardo Ramirez, Rick Marr, 1R, Ricky Dutcher, Robert Rogers, Robert Talks Sports, Royce Ruffo, Ruben Sanchez, Ryan Spradley, Riley, Sadie Brink, Salguero, Sam Brown, Sam Duke. Sancho doesn't get a safe space. We should have read that one before you gave us the awful Talatonga Jimmy Uso at SummerSlam.
I gotta fill my quota. The people want safe place takes.
I don't think so.
Sancho must pose.
Sancho must flounder, I think is more like it at some point.
Like me and LA Knight, dude.
Yeah. Sancho's opinion. Sancho's opinions over Santi's opinions. Sancho's
deeper, isn't it?
Sancho's number one fan. Santi is Mr. Iguana. Santi lives in Canada. Ha ha ha. Santiizer, always clean. Sancho's bad ideas. Thank you. Sauce God, Saudi Rig Boogs, Savage Field, Semba, Seymour, Butts, Shaggy WWE, Shane, Shitstain Nakamura, Sid Hearth Shaw, Sip God, Sir Alberton, Slime Manny, Slowtoke Rodriguez, Stephanie Delray, Stephanie Vacquet lookalike contest in my bedroom. You got to change that to Stephanie Velcro now. Stephen Corby, stop hating on Clash of Clans. Santi, Super Malachi Galaxy, Suplex City, Tam and Brian, the 17-time WWE Undisputed Dumbass or Nightmare, the mop AJ Styles was using, the Vanilla Joe Rilla, the Visionary, the LA Knight, Mega Glazer, Jacob Kufis, the Final Boss, Bloodline Rules, Theo Perdios, Theo Perdios, the Wepa Warrior Bing Bong, Timmy C, Toasty, Tobias Burnett, Tom Lehman, Trent Head, Trevor Harder, Trey and Catherine Love Jelly Roll, Two Slapped Cupid, Tycho, Tyler Logan, Tyrone Says, Vegan Penguin, Venom, Very Fucking Confused, great quote from the movie Saw, Voidsy, Juan Pablo III, White Mexican, at least I think he was quoting Saw. William Newton, Zach Mira, Deadshot, your girl's account. You stupid, my hat. he's got his picture is Penta with the giant hat, just so you know. Zach, but called me Alistair. I won't remember that. You're going to just be Zach, brother. Zach Griffin, Zane, Zay2K, needs Santi to oil up, Zeke Love, Zergzito, and Lord BBNJ. Thank you guys for subscribing to the page. Thank you for being $15 patrons. And folks, thank you all so very much for listening to this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. You guys take care. Be wonderful people. Stay out of trouble. Goodbye, everybody.